Hi, fellow teachers, Happy New Year to you all. I just wanted to share a really quick video with you because there's some things that have been playing on my mind about intervention and how much of people's time this is taking up and whether really we should be doing intervention at all in secondary school. For those of you that don't know me, I am Jane Bell. That's my writer's name. I've written the book, the ebook on Amazon, Time Smart Teaching. And in my book, I talk quite a bit about intervention. And it is my belief that we do not have to be bringing students back in lunchtimes, in after school clubs in order to be doing intervention. Okay, intervention didn't exist like this when I started teaching, and I really don't like where it's going. So I want to share just a few ideas with you of how you can still do intervention and tick that box, but without taking up your free time, because we're all overworked. None of us have got enough time in the day to do things anyway. So in the book, I talk about intervention that's worked for us. So I ran a successful department for 5 years. And the intervention that we did was most effective when we weren't bringing kids back in at lunchtime. So I just think that if intervention is good enough for 1 or 2 or 3 students in your class, then why shouldn't it be good enough for the whole of your class? Why should it just involve a few students? We've all been in the situation where we've taken our focus off the high abilities, we've done intervention with low ability or middle ability or boys or pupil premium, and that's great. And then what happens? By the end of the year, the next term, those people that we took our focus off, they're now the ones underachieving. So I really want you to think about intervention as a whole cohort initiative, not just something for the 1 or the 2 or the 3 underachievers. Okay, so very quickly, some things that we did that worked well. So number one of the most effective interventions we did was during class time. After the mock exam, we sit down and we had one-on-one conversations with students, the underachievers mainly, and we gave them some verbal feedback, and we did like a verbal walkthrough of their mock exam with them and gave them some helps and some tips and told them what they'd done really well at as well. And that was done in class time. The rest of the classes were getting on with work. That's one approach you could use. The second thing that we did for intervention was we looked at timing issues. So our students were not finishing their exams. They were spending too long on the early sections of the paper. They weren't finishing to the end. And I don't know if that's an issue that any of you guys have with the new specification changes in your subjects. So what was our intervention? We made our mock exam paper 2 hours long. And we trained them that if they could sit and do and finish and complete a 2-hour paper and have time to answer every question on that paper, they would find the actual exam an hour and a half max, a doddle. Guess what? They all finished the paper that next year. Other things that you could be doing for intervention is maybe giving a learning aid, giving a visual aid or a stimulus to help lower ability groups or pupils during their assessments, okay? So I've just recently designed these 2 vocab mats for geography. I will post the links below. You can choose them. You might adapt them for your subject. Maybe just as simple as something like having a learning mat or a word mat or a vocab mat with them in the exam, in the test, to boost their confidence enough to get them to actually try and have a go, rather than just sit there looking at a blank piece of paper, not feeling like they can attempt anything. Other things you could do for intervention: giving them booklets that they can complete at home, okay, or during form time. I really think as a profession, we need to stop saying yes to all this extra work. We need to stop saying yes to intervention that takes up more of our precious time, our lunchtime, after school. It absolutely doesn't have to be that way. And if we all start getting assertive over it, then hopefully we can kind of implement some kind of change. Anyway, I hope that maybe some of you found that useful. If you want to know a little bit more about my views on intervention and how you can work less to take less work home and be more time smart even, I will put the link to my ebook, Time Smart Teaching, underneath here. If you want to read the full 2 chapters for free, 100%, try before you buy. They're available on my test site and I'll send the link there. Okay, peace out, teachers. Remember, it's only a job, okay? Don't work too hard. All right, all the best.